Welcome back, Legends fans. It's your boy Beaky, and I'm back right here with more Houses of Morrowind deck preview and theory crafting. And today's video is gonna be kind of special because, of course, Singleton needs to be great. It needs to be awesome. And the question really remains: does Houses of Morrowind actually make Singleton great again? But all the joking aside, let's just get it out of the way. No, it really does. But it does give some interesting possibilities. And I went ahead and faced some other streamers with these decks, and I'm going to show you guys some of the gameplay right now while doing a little commentary over the gameplay. But after that, if you guys want to stick around, we'll also be showcasing a theory craft session with me where I'm going to be going ahead and theory crafting a brand new deck using some really interesting cards that's available in Houses of Morrowind to try to win with a Singleton deck in a very interesting Pacific new win condition that's in the game. But before we actually go ahead and jump into the gameplay of these decks versus other players or Theorycraft, let's just take a really quick look at the deck that you guys are going to see me playing against other players online. So this is a modified version of my Lethal Singleton. That's the deck I played very much in my Singleton Gauntlet when I play Singletons in general. This is the deck you guys are going to see in the matches versus the other streamer. I'll link to his channel down below so you guys go check him out. So if you guys have seen me do this before, it's basically a ring deck. So if you guys ever see Ring of Nymeria, and I really like this card, but unfortunately in a 75 plus card deck, being Singleton, it's even harder to draw this out and get this in play, and it's even harder to get this into play as soon as possible as well. In fact, in the two matches that I played that you guys are going to see, I never was able to draw this out at all. But I don't want to spoil the matches. Like, I don't really want to spoil the whole thing with the matches, but I think it's always interesting to me show you guys matches whether I win or lose. As long as the gameplay is interesting and the matches have a cool progression, that's why I'm going to show it to you guys. But I'm going to show you guys the deck on the list right now on the screen. Like I said, it was something I put together quite quickly, just modifying the deck that I already had in Legends, and I wanted to see how well it would fare versus my opponent. Some key cards in this deck that make this deck actually quite good in a Singleton format is right here. Telvoss. This is a card that I'm gonna have to make a video on, and because it's one of those top tier cards that's gonna be in this expansion, and it's really viable. It helps you stay alive, helps you mitigate damage, it helps you keep your runes if you need to. If you don't want to get hit in the face and have your opponent breaking your runes constantly, this is gonna be a card for you. Really great defensive and offensive card because it actually has 5 attack, which is, I think, is a very important thing, and it comes with ward and 4 health, makes it very susceptible to lightning bolts once it actually loses its ward through a firebolt or opponent creature traded into it. But we're not going to sit here all day talking about all the cards that's in this deck because, like I said, you guys can just look at it right now while I scroll through. But I'll just talk to her. Sun in Shadows. This is another interesting card. Permanently shadow another friendly creature to draw out an action of your choice from your deck. As a 5 magical, I mean, yeah, it's very playable in Singleton because I could instantly draw you out into right here. So that's when I first started thinking about making a Singleton deck that's gonna work well with you know, everything with 75 plus. I thought, like, this card's gonna be what I'm gonna need to draw out that right action right when I need it. But unfortunately, once again, you have to draw the card, and when you have 75 plus cards in your deck, it's going to be hard to top deck it, even if you include stuff that could draw out. But yeah, there's a look at the deck real quick, guys. Check out the gameplay next, and then we're going to Theorycraft after the video. I have something really interesting to show you guys. So let's go talk Legends commentary. Welcome back, Legends fan. Let's get into this match versus Griffin Gatsby. That's who I'm actually playing. Another Legends streamer. Has a good following over on Twitch. Go check him out if you guys like. It's always fun to get to play some people in the community. Now, guys, obviously, we're both playing multi-attribute decks. We're all still learning, so there are going to probably be some mistakes, not 100% right plays, but it's a test server, and that's what we're doing. We're testing out some of the new cards and sharing our feedback with you guys, Bethesda, and so on and so forth. He's going to be playing a normal deck where you can have 3 copies of the cards. I'm going to be playing the Singleton deck, so in a way, I have my own set of disadvantages, but then again, I'm not relying on every single card I draw out to be, like, you know, now the copy of a next card, so that gives me a little bit of flexibility. We'll just get into it and see how this match plays out. So he goes ahead and plays one of the new cards right there. I play that Brotherhood Slayer, so I'm going to be trying to go for that good little completed, not completed, I was about to say completed contract, but it's definitely not a completed contract. Oh, it is a completed contract. What am I thinking about? What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, it is a completed contract. Why did I think it would be anything else? I don't know. My brain right there went really a brain fart.
I'm ready for anything.
I was thinking it was a 0-cost card from Speedfoot Shadowfoot. I don't know why I was thinking it was that one. But got a really good hit right there with Tezcat coming down at 1 cost, dropped. So that's pretty nice. So here we go. My opponent's going to go ahead and play into that Betray. Boom. Get rid of that one.
An unfortunate mistake.
Then Betray there. So unfortunately, he did make a big mistake right there. He could have actually removed that card entirely if he would have attacked first before using Betray. So that's why he said unfortunate mistake. So that's the type of things you gotta learn when you're playing these new cards. Just little tiny mistakes like that. Like, oh yeah, I should have attacked before I played the Betray card, because once I play the Betray card, I'm stuck in the Betray loop and I can't attack in the middle of that. And I feel like once people start feeling and seeing how Betray works, they're gonna kind of annoy them. But I'm like, nah, it makes sense it worked like that. Really good play by my opponent right there, getting rid of my little girl. I have Dragon Aspect. I was hoping to get Tarina out with that, but as you see, that really just never came into play. So right here, I play out another one of these. I'm just trying to delay the game as long as I possibly can, as I am playing Singletons, trying it out for the first time in this expansion. This is the first time I actually played somebody else with it. So it's like, oh yeah, well, I threw some cards in here and just see how it kind of worked out. So yeah. So Dark Rebirth right there, excellent move. Gaining health back and removing my creature at the same exact time. Funny enough, that card is not one I play much. Black Hand. Just not one of my favorite type of cards. Leave for the Blessing. Get to remove that. And my turn. I really didn't think I needed to play Telvoss Magister yet. I feel like I was confident enough in my position that I will be able to hold that for a little bit later in the game. Haven't started losing too bad. I have the Snake Tooth Necklace so far. I'm looking through my graveyard just to try to see what cards I have so far. Playing Daggerfall Mage in the left lane. I don't think playing Skeleton Dragon was key yet, so I didn't want to drop that down by breaking the Ring of Magicka. My opponent now got a pretty good setup right now for Altar. Altar has become better with this expansion, so that's actually really cool. Altar has actually become a lot better. So some cards I've seen become worse, like I said, and some cards have become better. And definitely, to me at least, I would say that Night Mother's become worse. So here's an interesting situation. Boom. He's going to go ahead and Betray that. Trying out some of the Betray cards. That's one of my favorite Betray cards too. Fleeton. Then he transforms it. Also move. Transforms it again. Awesome. Like, so good. So good. Think about how good was that. That payoff was amazing. I was really in a hard place right here. I was like, I just don't want to give my opponent, allow my opponent to keep a 5-1. I already got less health than him. And he's already bumped up his health, and he's playing off of, you know, sacrificing his creatures. But I was like, you know what? Playing Tezcat right now, I feel fine because I have the dragon, you know, Skeleton Dragon in play. I have, what's that card? Bringing people back from the graveyard, the Shout. So, yeah. I have to read it to just really make sure I understand it. So this is a lot of things you'll see me like, oh, wait, what does this card exactly do? It's like, okay, I'm going to lose my creature, but fine. I can still have Skeleton Dragons to possibly get something else back. But once again, I'm only running one, so you never know what you're going to get. Oh my god, my nose is like freaking going crazy right now. Hate the sudden weather changes, just messes with you. So next up, hopefully, you know, well, I already know what happened. I'm saying hopefully like I didn't already play this match. I'm a fool. I'm an absolute fool. So looking through my graveyard right here, Daggerfall Mage, little girl, big boy comes out, rocks me on 4 damage, I draw out. So my opponent was pretty much knew for a fact I was going to do this. Not that, but the tome, which you guys will see in a second. It's just an obvious play. He was surprised to see that I was actually playing Singletons.
Thank you.
So I've not seen anybody else play Singletons in the test server, so I'll be happy to be the first one showing it off. At least I've seen. I'm sure somebody else out there has, but not against me. And I haven't seen anything on YouTube yet. I don't watch every single Legend streamer out there. So I'm not doing very well with the Singleton deck, as you guys can clearly see. But we're not out of options, as we could have a lot of ways to gain some health back here. So when you're not relying on having 3 copies of certain cards, you're like, you know, it gives you a little bit more flexibility, let you play a little bit more mid-range. Got lots of options here. So remove that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the right there, Snake Tooth Necklace, and take as much health as I can. We don't want this match over yet. And we're not gonna even break a rune, so what does it matter? And I felt like just giving my opponent no creatures to sacrifice was just to my own advantage right there. So that's what I was thinking. And remember, all this time I still have Tel Voss in hand. I am super not aware of it. I know that I have it. It's my late game hopeful like I win. But then he brings this craziness out. The first time I see someone play, at the end of your turn, if there are 3 or more creatures died. Oh, sorry.
Give me strength.
Fortune favor me.
So I wanted to get rid of those, but I just didn't have a good opportunity this turn. And I don't have any more, you know, ways of getting health right here, so I have to be kind of careful. But I got kind of confident. I was like, you know what? I'm in a pretty good position right now. I don't want him to start powering up too much, so let's just try to win this match as soon as possible. So we're just going to go for it. And I'm going to play into my defensive strategy right here.
Perhaps we can help.
And here's where I was hoping my opponent would use the 2 new cards from Houses of Morrowind to trade into my creatures, so that I would be able to get rid of them without them getting him getting an advantage out of it. So didn't really work out that way. It's gonna be fun how the match ends, though. It's gonna be fun. If nothing else is like, yeah, that's just the way. Yeah, that's the way it probably was gonna go. But like, if you think about this, I'm still playing a 75 card Singleton deck. Like in the end, I haven't lost yet. I mean, I put up a pretty good fight. I've used the cards quite effectively. Because you could have 75 cards, you could play pretty well when it comes to playing out the right cards. Like, you know, the right type of freaking legendaries. And then he gets this damn thing again. I was so mad. I was like, God damn it. So mad about that. And now I get rid of my wards. I was like, man, RNG luck there hurt. When this happened, I was like, damn it, man. Yeah, I don't understand why there was even any thinking right there. The right card was obvious right there. You don't want my Khajiit on the field to gain any health. So it went from me having a little bit of advantage. And yeah, he just got two blood magic spells. 2, not 1, 2. So yeah, with the blood magic spells that are in this game, and he hasn't shackled any of my creatures, you could figure what's gonna happen here. You can figure what's gonna happen. Alright, so here we go. Here's when me really thinking about like what would be the most effective countermeasure right here. Do I play Lonith? Is Lonith correct? If I play Lonith, what am I gonna play Lonith into? Can I stall the game long enough that if he has 3 drains from, you know, can I do it? So I actually thought about it. You know what? I think I need to play Nyx right here, and then we'll go from there. So we play Nyx. That gives us right back to 12 Magicka. That card is insane. That's a free 5/5, guys.
There's always a way.
Now we play Lonith.
Always find it.
Then we play Smart. So I really want to look through my deck here and think about what would be the most effective option to make sure that I didn't lose right now. Because I said, like, if my opponent already has the 3, you know, drain, you know, if he's going to be able to just deal the damage right to my face, 15 damage from hand. He wins next turn no matter, even if I gain back 5 health and play a rune. So I was like, you know what? If he doesn't have it though, if I just could delay some of the damage, then that's going to be kind of useful in its own way. So check this out. This is why this is one of my another favorite cards from, you know, from the new expansion. So instead of gaining the 5 health, get rid of one of these annoyances. Shackle there. We betray a Nyx. Shackle there. Give myself ward. So now, if he does have 5 damage from hand, I told him fun. It was a fun match, man. This to me, this was such a good match for singletons. This is what I love, man. This is like the crazy. I like trying to. It's almost like a challenge to me. It's like trying to. You know your opponent has the advantage when it comes to how their deck is set up. They get to play 3 copies of cards. So trying to win in a scenario where you know you have the big disadvantage, it's fun to try to get that popped off. So now my opponent has to break my my ward on my face, which sucks right now. Which you guys will. I'm just gonna kind of spoil it. He already has 2 drains in hand. So with that being said, you know. He could have won the match right there if it wasn't for the ward. And this was like, oh shit. And then this pissed me off. Fuck you. Like any chance I had to go with some type of crazy comeback win was out. Like I was like, okay, there's guards now, and look at this new effect right here. That's so cool with the chains, right? Shows that those creatures are linked together, like he guarded and everything. I haven't played with that little vampire yet. I really do need to.
Keeping safe for this one.
I get my ward. And I knew the game was over. I was out of cards in my hand. It's singletons, and yeah, where else was this gonna go? Where else was this gonna go? Oh man. So no matter what I get back here, like he didn't have to do that. Remember, he could have just went 11 to face. So as you will see, now we take 15 damage from drain life to face. And yeah, them blood magic spells be no jokes. Those things are no jokes. I just like it's such a cool challenge to me. I don't know why that is. To me, that's the challenge I get from the game, is using a deck that might be considered not great and trying to win with it, compared to like making the most effective, best, you know, deck possible. That is just like my way of enjoying the game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that match right there. Really shout out to him right there for having the match with me. We had a few other matches. Once again, that's Griffin Gatsby. I'll leave a link to his channel down below if you guys want to go check it out. Feel free to go do that. He's a Twitch streamer as well. Alright guys, so let's move on to the next part of this video. Welcome back, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed those gameplay videos right there. Always have fun facing against other streamers. Now, the interesting thing is that I like to showcase matches sometimes where I just don't do good. I make mistakes, obviously, like you guys saw, in new cards, because I think it helps you guys learn mechanics of the game. And with that, I felt like I need to teach you guys of another way to try to win with a singleton deck or with a regular deck. And this mechanic that I'm about to show you can work way better if you play with a 50 card deck and specifically make it around this. But of course, I gotta take things to the next meme-ish level. So what am I talking about? Let's get into game and do some theory crafting right here. So first thing first, we have Wobblejack, and Wobblejack might be just one of those key cards in this strategy. If this Wobblejack works out correctly, we might just be able to win this game quite well, pretty easily. We'll be able to see real quick. Alright, so first thing first, let's get into what we're going to be using as a win scenario from the Houses of Morrowind. Well, we're going to go ahead and unite the houses in a singleton deck. It's going to be kind of hard, because we're not playing triple copies of a card, most of these creatures, but we can use some RNG to our luck to have some type of different win scenario instead of trying to hit face with a Singleton or wait till turn 10 when you have 10 magic to play your big action and hopefully you get the right cards drawn out of your deck. If we play this correctly, we could have another way to win with a Singleton deck while just trying to remove your opponent's creatures to just try to hold out and get the right cards on the field. So how can we pull off this win by using houses? Unite the houses. Let's read it. And this is very key to this card. I think it's very important to think about this. If you have at least one card of each attribute in play, win the game. So the key thing here is this, at least one card of each attribute. It doesn't say one creature. It doesn't say one item. It says each card. So it doesn't matter what type of card you have in play as long as you have it. So it could be a support, an item, an action. You just need to get it in play and keep it in play long enough to make it useful. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. Thinking about the best way to use this effect to win a game with a Singleton. Like, let's try to put it together. So there's a lot of different cards that make us get random cards. So that's the first thing I'm thinking about. Okay, what cards could give me random creatures, random cards, give me ways that I could get cards I don't have? Well, I think one of the easiest way to think about this is actually from support standpoint. I think supports are actually going to be kind of key into this strategy right away. And I think one of the key supports is going to be, like I said, Wobjack, transform your creatures into other creatures. I think that's going to be super important. Then you're gonna want to have the orb right here. Orb is another one of those interesting supports you're gonna want to have in this. The reason for this is Orb is gonna be able to steal your opponent's cards, make a copy of it at least in your hand, and you never know if that's gonna be a creature that you might actually need to win the match, or a card. It could even be a card right there. So those are the two starting off supports. Now you gotta think about what are the supports in the game, because remember, you put the supports down, they're there permanently, they're in place, so that actually goes into Unite the House's effect. So what other supports could give you that really great effect by staying into play and your opponent not removing it? And that's the type of thing you're gonna have to be really slick about here. You want to play a support that your opponent might not want to instantly remove, and then you could get some value out of, right? By just, it always is gonna be there, and you could get, well, uses out of it. So when I was thinking about this, I was like, you don't want to put a support that's too powerful that your opponent's going to want to remove right away. You don't want supports that are super costly, like, you know, Forge, because it's going to take a long time to get that onto the field, and it's going to cost too much Magicka to even do that as it is. You don't want to play a card like College, and you want College. I mean, I want College. I definitely want College, but in the same exact way, it definitely is one of those cards that your opponent is very likely to just remove. Like, that's the thing here. You want something that's going to give you some type of advantage, but you don't have to risk your opponent removing it, because you just want it to be there. You want it to be there. You want it to give you some type of advantage for your strategy without having to fear of it getting removed in the long run. So that's what I'm trying to think right now. I already have some ideas. Like, all right, for right now, I'm thinking like Imperial Camp. You can give your guards that +1. Your opponent usually won't try to remove an Imperial Camp. It's not that powerful of a support these days with all the cards that have been out since monthly rewards, all that. It's just not that powerful of a reward. She's going to be pretty useful too. So I'm thinking Imperial Camp right now. But we could definitely keep on going to other supports that could help out with the strategy. Other cards for the Elixir Light Feet. It's not one of those cards that your opponents are going to go ahead and silence or, like, you know, remove. They're not going to want to use their Archer to get rid of it. They're not going to use their Priestess, you know, to get rid of that. So that's an interesting one. This one could actually help out your opponent too, so they might want you to keep that one. But as a 4 Magicka, I'm trying to stay a little bit cheaper than that, right? So I have to be really careful on which cards I want to go ahead and use for this scenario. And then of course there's, like, you know, well, this one card right here has 3 attributes and it's a support, but it actually is a pretty powerful card, and if I was my opponent, I would not let me keep this. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to go with this whole scenario as well. Do I want to be playing in red? Do I want to play green? No, I don't, because I want some intelligence in here for a little bit of RNG. So unfortunately, as good as this is not the attribute I personally want to play in. So because of that, I can't go with that. As good as it is, I feel like it's going to get removed way too quickly. So let's get back into it. So in this scenario right here, I think another card that my opponent is really going to just let be on the field and I got to worry about is Talmor Embassy. It's not a card that's going to give you a lot of advantages, especially in a Singleton deck, but I'm just trying to think of ways to get a card, keep it on the field. If I could get Embassy, an Imperial Camp on the field and my opponent doesn't remove them, that's 2 attributes already already there, and my opponent's not going to probably want to waste their silence to get rid of cards like these because they're not competitive. But we're baiting our opponent. Remember that, guys. But there's other cards we could choose from. We could have choose from too. We definitely could have chose from Elixir Light Feet. That could have been actually quite useful, quite viable. But with the usage situation, you gotta be kind of careful. So let's keep on going right now, guys. We're gonna be adding more cards. Don't worry right here. We're gonna be doing a tricolor deck as well. So it's not even that we're gonna be playing with only dual colors. Just some cards that we're going to throw in here real quick that I just know is going to be here because we are having those supports like Wabbajack and Orb. So I would like to have a good old friend, wherever he might be. Alchemist. Shadowfoot for stealing cards. Cloudring Keeper. Right there for what she does. She's very good at what she does. Marauder. Yes, I know it seems weird, like Marauder. Marauder, remember, Marauder, when you break runes, you get an item. Those items get to be in play. Those items could give you exactly what you need to win. So, like, cards like Plunder work quite well for this as well, but that's not really what I want to do. So, let's go to Tricolors and see what is available to us here. So she's going to be with us, of course, because she gets to bring cards back from the graveyard. Let me just read what this is right here. Exalt 3. Gain Oblast. So 7 costs. You can do what? Summon a Spider Worker. Spider Worker is a green card. No, Spider Worker. It's not a green card. Give a friendly creature +1. Drain card. Cool card. Not really effective for what we're doing. Not really effective for what we're doing right here. This might be good just for the fact that if I need to... I've used this card before. It's not a great card for 8 Magicka, but it actually has saved me on both lanes. Like, my opponents had both lanes, really strong creatures. Play this out because you only got Dawn Wrath 1 field, so play this and then everything was 1/1/1. I was like, okay, cool. Then I came back and won that match. So we'll just throw this in here so now we could get access to the triple color and then we could go from there. All right, now we have access to all 3 colors. Now we could do a little bit of RNG here. Like I said, just Theorycrafting here. So black mail, steal a card from my opponent. That gives me a card in my hand. That's quite useful right here. This one is plot. Put a random guard in your hand. This is a random guard, not a random guard from your deck. So you never know what guard you might get. It might be for that attribute you actually want. As long as you can play her pretty well with plot, you should be able to do pretty good. I want to put the Mystic in here so I could draw some of those supports, but we're not gonna throw it in there just yet. We're gonna just wait a moment because I have to think about it. We're gonna put a Shivering Apocryphy. Once again, it summons Elixir. Yes, I already have a bunch of other supports in this deck, 4 of them in fact, so I can't have more than 4. But if we get her out and she gives us the right Elixir before I get my other supports out, because getting 4 supports in play is gonna take a while either way. It's gonna take a pretty long match. So Apocryphy, yeah, she could work out quite well in that situation. Alright, now we're going to go into really the RNG here, right? So Moment of Clarity, definitely one of those great RNG cards right here. Reveal 3 cards, then choose 1 to draw. Well, it could choose you out exactly the right type of attribute you need to end up with what you want. Spy Master. Spy Master is one of those creatures that turn into a random creature. Then you could combo Spy Master with Betray. So you could go ahead and use this right here. You go ahead and use this on another creature, then you use the Betray effect on Spy Master to summon up a random creature. That random creature might be exactly what you want. Alright, let's keep going from there and see what else we could throw in here with a little bit more RNG to try to get a little bit more ahead of ourselves. We're going to be using Rift and Pickpocket. Draws out, gives you a choice of some random cards from your opponent. This puts a random action in our hand. I'm actually going to include that because we are going to have some neutral cards, and we're probably try to get some of them in play. So yeah, I will actually do that right now. We have Desperate Conjuring. Desperate Conjuring is one of those other really interesting choices, but I don't like playing Desperate Conjuring these days, but fine. Reveal the Unseen, and we'll do Desperate Conjuring. We'll do Tavani Alchemist right there. This is cool and all, but in this deck it's actually not that great yet, so we're not going to be rocking that. And yeah, even in the test server, I soul trapped all my Echo of Akatosh. That's how bad Echo of Akatosh it really is. This card is amazing. I'm just including it because I know it's a good card overall. It's not even going to be that great for the strategy in general. He's able to turn creatures into a random card. I don't usually play him, but why the hell not? We're not going to be playing so many actions that I could guarantee that I'm going to be getting the most effect out of this, because I only have 7 actions as it is. So here they go, guys. Those are some random cards from that attribute. Blood Magic Lord. So this is RNG heavy, and of course I hope you guys knew this was coming. Spell Sword Summoning. Come on, this has to be coming. So that's one of the key cards in this strategy when you play a deck that allows you to have 3. If you play a non-singleton, throw these in your deck. This could get you the win super early, super easy right there, guys. Let's see what else we could get over here from the neutral attribute. I'm gonna go with Barbarous. That gives me a Didra. It's super useful in this situation. I was thinking about using this, transferring each card in your hand into a random card. I was super thinking about what if I tried playing this, because it could be just the right scenario where I have everything set up, but throwing even more supports in here felt crazy. But I'm going to try it. Am I really gonna do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's just throw it in there, man. I'm still testing. This is gonna be old test, so we don't know. Put 2 random Dwimmers in your hand. We already know those neutrals, and of course this is gonna be there. So there we go. That's our basis right there for getting some random RNG type cards. We could do Parthenax, but still I don't feel like we need something like Parthenax. So those are our base cards, and now we can actually try to go ahead and make a playable deck from whatever we have left. So we have 30 cards already in. Now we got to be able to control the game field and actually try to win the match while everything is going on. So we have a lot of 3-cost cards, and I almost feel like putting Haunted Spirit in there too. Actually, let me just see what we already got. Okay, so instead of doing probably the smartest thing possible, which is just play cards I already know that are good, we're going to look at the House of Morrowind cards. I'm going to try to get a bunch of House of Morrowind cards in here, and so you guys can see what they are like. So we're going to put Lethal Rally, because being able to rally up my deck is pretty darn cool. I've actually had some pretty cool success with this card. As a 2/4 on turn 3, it's been working out quite well, and being able to slay a creature, then you know the early game sometimes you'll be able to get 2 uses out of this before it goes down. So I actually do like this card right here. Betray, give the top creature of your deck +1/1. Not really a fan into that one. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, draw 1, discard the other. I figured I've been wanting to try this card. I just hate its stats. 2/1 I hate. So because of that, it's one of those cards I'm like, ah man, not really happy about it. But mill cards have their places. Let's just see right now. I didn't get really a great chance to use this yet. Let's just keep going. So, like I said, it's weird. I know I can make a more efficient deck, but there's still lots of cards I haven't even, like I've had this card in a deck and I haven't even had a chance to play it yet. It just hasn't been drawn out yet. So I want to play it. I just really want to play it. So a lot of the cards I'm going to be playing with are just things I really been wanting to try more than anything else. She's going to be in here obviously, but let's just throw her in there. And so is he. Some of these cards are like just like there's auto includes. Like and so far, the 200% auto includes I see for intelligence are Therina and Tel Voss Magister. I think this card's lovely. It's just really nice card right here, especially as an epic. It's gonna be one of those really playable cards to keep you alive. So when your opponent summons a creature, reduce its power to 0 until the start of your turn. That's pretty cool. Exalted, when you have an exalted creature in play, you cannot lose the game. Yep, I know about that one. Haven't played with it yet, and I'm not gonna be. I don't have that many exalted creatures, so yeah. But we'll throw it in there and just see what else we can. I really should just put it in there, put it in an exalted deck. But the fact that it's a 5/5 means that it could just be played as just a creature straight out and be fine. Alright, I'm trying to see if I want any of these. And there are going to be some exalted creatures in this deck, so that's pretty cool. If I could keep this alive long enough, it'll be pretty damn useful. Obviously we're gonna have to put our jabs in here, the lightning bolts, all that stuff is coming. Choose an enemy creature at the start of your turn, destroy it, and put a completed contract in your hand. Not used that before. I like the idea of it. This seems pretty good. If I'm going to pull this off with our current setup. I like this card, Prophecy Give Guard. I've had some really good success with that one. I've had pretty good success with this too, Illusionary Defense. I want the premium version. Exalted 4. Holy shit. Ew, that makes it an 8-cost summon. So a 5, 6, 8 cost that destroys a creature that has less power. I want to try it. I want to try it. It's not that it's a good card. It's more or less I want to give it a good go. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna be trying some stuff out. Whether it's the smartest play is tricky. So this card right here is really good in this. I like these dual like attributes in play cards. It's been really fun. If you have a willpower card, you gain 4 health, increase your max magic up. Been having a lot of fun with these cards right here. This guard is not going to be the best use right now, but it's one of those cards that I've liked because my opponents sometimes just let it live, even though they really should take it out. I already put the Betray. I've had a lot of luck with this card too, swapping creatures' power and health. It saved some of my creatures, and it's made it so that I killed some of my enemies' creatures as well. And we're going to put in the rest of the Singleton stuff too, but because it's a 75 card deck, like we have so much time to go. We have so much damn time. Mage Guild Recruit. That works out. I think I already put this in there. Pretty sure I did. Let me make sure I did. Yeah, I did. Oops. I love this card. I think this card is so much fun. It's like, you know, you play it as a 3 cost. She deals 2 damage, and she's a guard after that. I like her a lot. And the reason why I even like her even more than normal is because of rally. Because I've had it very early that I was able to rally her up by the time I could exalt her. And once I do that, now she's even powerful. She deals 2 damage and is even more of a powerful guard. So this is one of those other cards that might become very playable in like an arena, maybe in a constructed deck. I think this is a really good early game guard if you need one that could actually deal damage at the same exact time. Alright, so there we go. I think that I don't remember what all the experimental scrolls are in the game. I think like one of them gives like ward lethal. If I remembered what them all did, I would play this, but I really just don't. And I don't know if that's gonna help me out in this situation at all. So that might be too RNG for my own good. All right, yeah, I think that's about it for when it comes to putting in some of the stuff here. We're gonna have to put in items. Let's actually look at the heroes of Houses of Morrowind items. Let's see what we have available. Okay, at the start of your turn, the wielder of this battles enemy creature. I like this one right here where you wield can't be damaged this turn. I always like that one right there. This one gives a ward if they have 5 powers or more. Plus 2/2 slay. And at most I'll probably try this right now. Don't have enough soul gems to even give this a good try, so we'll leave that be. Alright, let's get out of just Houses of Morrowind and get into just doing the default stuff right here that we know is going to work. The stuff that's just what it is. So, bam. Bam. Lydia's a decent guard. Given the scenario. Man, this is so many cards. Like, I'm just really thinking about it. It's so many cards. If you kind of control things, memory wipe might be able to help with that. But, yeah, not yet. Alright, let's keep going. Lightning bolt. Alright, you did pickpocket. Three cost bam there. Firebolt there. Filter. I like this card as a filter. It's an early game filter. It's quite useful. Execute there. Bait card there, meaning it's a card that my opponent's going to waste a removal on. I don't expect it to stay alive very long. I think like Scouting Patrol actually quite good here. Another bait card, you're not going to get to keep it very long. Card draw, health gain, turn my opponent's creatures into little bastards. Alright, hold on, let me just get the Singleton stuff out of the way once again, guys. There. Always a great card in Singleton. Huh. That's funny that I can actually add this card to this deck. Sure, why not? Alright, removal. Tullius. Wow, that's a lot of powerful cards you have here. I want to play Exalt deck with this eventually. I just haven't done it yet. Alright, let's keep going through the cards and just make sure that I have not missed anything that I want. Like Manticoras, I'm thinking about. Hive Defenders or Great Guards. There's probably a lot of things I'm just like not seeing. Draw out the supports. Nah, I don't like you as a 5 cost though. Mechanar's Will. You know what? Mechanar's Mill might work because I can steal the creature. If I have 8 Magicka and I already have all the other creatures I need, it's potential. You steal the creature, it's your creature for that turn, and then you go right into playing Unite the Houses. If it's the last creature you need, it could work. Like I said, this is not a great strategy at all, because like I said, in Singleton, it's not going to be the place to really use something like this. Like, I feel like I kind of even need like mechanical heart in a way. We could even throw in Jarl. Why not? We could go for the double memeish win. If you're here already, you might as well go all the way in. I want to just try this card. I don't care. I mean, yeah, F it. Let's try it, play it, have fun with it. Standard issue stuff there. Lonith can draw out what... Yeah, Lonith could draw out exactly what we need. And that's what Lonith is good for, so yeah. If we need that Pacific card to just end the game out, Lonith has the possibility of giving it to us. Okay, Thieves of Dreams. Forgot about that. Thieves of Dreams could be useful as well. I was taking a really good look at everything, and I'm gonna come back and make one of these decks about uniting the houses, but I'll make a real one. I just more or less, I need to try these cards. So that's the first thing I recommend people do. Just like when you open up a bunch of packs, try the cards you get. You need to, a lot of them you need to play with to really fully understand you get, or to avoid making mistakes. And it's okay to just throw some cards in a deck, even if you know it's not going to make the most competitive possible deck. Unless, like I said, if you're trying to climb the ladder as quickly as possible once the expansion comes out. But you can already start climbing the ladder right now. In fact, a lot of the decks that are already made in the game, only adding a few of the new cards would like superly help them out. Like, there's lots of decks that are available right now that she's going to have a really good impact on. Or you could throw him in there and just remove another card, keep it as a 50 card deck, and it'll work out quite well. So there we go, 75 cards. We could go up to 100, but I don't really feel like we need to, looking at things. And we do have the possibility of getting one of all the attributes in play and trying to win this. Like, there is definitely a chance to get it done. Will we be able to get it done? That's another question, though. We are missing something, though. We do need better. Like, I mean, we do have a item, but it's not the best item. I feel like we should have Dragon Priest Mass in here. We're gonna have an item that actually could help us out. I mean, Dawnbreaker helps. It always helps. Oh man, I forgot about Glenn. Huh. Okay, see, like I was so much focused on the new cards that this really only affects aggro decks. But we're trying to hold things down. I'm not playing enough exalted creatures to get really the best use of this. But it counts for itself. Because it counts for itself, I'm going to keep it. I want you, and I actually want... I really kind of want Enchanted Plate. Kind of really want Enchanted Plate. Yeah, I'm just going a little bullshit right now because I really just want to try shit out. Alright, drop Flesh. Into Enchanted Plate. Yeah, sure. I could definitely drop 2 cards to make it 75, but I don't want to. I just don't want to right now. Like, I don't need this card, but I want to try this card. So right now, until I get what I want, yeah, we're gonna try it out. So there you go, guys. That's the deck. just trying something else to win with Singleton. We have Jarl in there to try to win with that RNG-ness of having the full 2 lanes and playing him out. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends online. The other streamers are not online right now. So I will go ahead and play one quick match in against the AI. I'll just try it in Adept first because it's Singleton, then we could go from there. Of course, I'm going to come back with trying to win eventually with a regular deck, which will be more effective at using this strategy. I'm getting a hair today since I got my hair cut. My nose like itching. I'm sorry about that. So here we go. Funny to get that so early. Can't use it this early. I want to keep her because once again, one of those cards I want to try. The AI usually plays super aggressive, especially with Grimmer. It's going to be hidden face, hidden face, hidden face. Not to do anything right here. It's always funny too. The Dwemer decks usually always play in the left lane too. Oh man, that's a bad start. Sherman Apocryphy. Yikes.
So many beautiful things for potions.
Alright. Take it. Oh fuck. Why didn't I think about that? It's a neutral, it's a Dwemer deck, duh. So we're about to get like just destroyed here. The lightning bolt here helps. Alright, let's do this. And we could play her to get that back from the graveyard. Can't play 2 of anything right now.
May the ancestors bless us.
So we get Mechanarch Will back as 4 cost. Let's see if we can't. Oh shit! We're being pretty lucky. Right there. Okay. So we're almost able to play this. Almost.
History shall remember this day.
My sword is yours. I've got you covered.
Oh man, fucking guard. Fucking guard. Fuck it with my health gain. Well, isn't this Exalted 3 right now? I think maybe I have to get another Exalted creature out first. I'm not sure.
Greetings.
Do this.
You can tell them you thought of it.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Don't mess with me.
History shall remember this day.
Ah, fuck it.
By Stendar's breath, we are ready for battle.
Alright guys, we're getting somewhere. Now we have red in play. We have red. We have willpower, we have blue. Okay, guys. Okay. Give a creature guard. We could play. We will keep you. Yeah, we'll definitely keep you.
For guild
Get
and
rid of
glory.
that.
Don't mess with me.
Face there.
Hiding will not save.
Here. Play guard. Draw a card. Okay. Keep you. Now we have neutral in play. Then we will go ahead.
Don't mess with me.
Face here.
For guild and glory.
Get
For
rid of
guild
this.
and glory.
Then we will go into the.
Behold the light of the tribunal.
Alright, guys. Just need something from agility,
In the flames.
if I'm correct. Alright, we will keep this right now.
Belong to us now. Don't mess with me. For guild and glory.
You will submit to our gods.
All right, men, on me.
I live to serve. I live to serve.
Alright, there. Not here.
They will never know I was there.
Travel this one.
Should have played that earlier.
Blood and fire.
Okay. Oh, keep that. Come on, give me something agility. Agility. RNG me up right now. Summon the... That's actually super useful. Given the scenario, that is actually super useful.
Justice will be done.
High King. We're going to need to get rid of...
Kill them all. For guild and glory.
Play this.
Godhood is like juggling. Things are always moving.
Ah, so it does work for itself. I can't lose the game now. Then... we will shadow. There. Enter. That's 19 damage with the weight. So we're gonna win. But once again, it's against the AI. And we didn't even draw the card out. We could discard this. Yep, look at that. So now...
Justice will be
here.
done.
Ho! Ho, 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 ho. Well.
For the Emperor.
Well.
We Nords are the Empire. The Empire has no place in Skyrim.
A memeish win is a memeish win. That's the whole point, guys. That's the whole point. Give this a... I mean, I have enough damage to win. But why attack? Why attack? So yeah, guys, I know we didn't get the new House of Morrowind Unite the Houses win, but we did get a Mimus win nonetheless. I mean, this is what I like about Legend. Just a random trying to get dumb things working. I really need to try other players playing Singleton. Like, it'll be much more fun. Like, this is the type of deck I want to play in the Singleton Gauntlet. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is not something you're going to be taking in rank. You can't take it in casual, but it's going to be hard unless other players playing triple attribute and playing Singleton too. But I can't wait till I can do like Singleton Gauntlet, Singleton tournaments, and play stuff like this. I always just like the variety of different decks in the game, and that's why I want to showcase this stuff to you guys right here. So yep, this has been Beaky here with the Untitled Game Show. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It sure was a lot of fun making it. I'm sorry for messing up speaking in some parts, but I am tired. As you guys know, I work very long in the morning. So yeah. Anyways, I'm out of here till next time. May the hiss aid you.